Welcome to the Coastside Fire Protection District Board of Directors Regular Board Meeting, January 28, 2006. Membership, please.
Board Member Cockrell.
Here.
McKinney.
Here.
Cheryl. Here. President Burke.
Here.
Board
Director
Member
Hannah
Hannah is absent.
Will not be doing this, or an apparition will not be able this evening. Are there any members of the public who would like to make a comment at this time? No comments. Okay. We're going to roll call. Pledge allegiance to each other.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic which stands one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
I have a motion for the consent calendar. I move the approval of the consent calendar. Director McKinney is asked to be recused. Do I have a second?
Second.
Any comments, any questions on the consent calendar? Roll call, please, Jean.
Board Member Cockrell.
Yes.
McKinney.
Reduce.
Cheryl.
Yes.
President Burke.
Yes.
Motion passes 3-1-1.
Moving on to new business, an update on why wildfire prevention zone 0. Verbal update, Chief Wilson.
Yes, so at the last board meeting, I told the board that the rule package would be complete by the end of December, based on the direction that was provided from the governor to the board. However, it was postponed. They did not vote on the zone 0 regulations prior to the governor's December 31st deadline. So they will be back reviewing those rules. March 6th, I believe, is the exact date to be looking at those. So what that does is that Coastside Fire Protection District would not be enforcing any zone 0 regulations until those are adopted. We'll just continue to rely on the Public Resource Code 4291 Principal Space Standards. And remember that those zone 0s only apply in LRA to very high fire hazard severity zone portion of the district. It has no specific immediate operational changes for us. We're just kind of waiting in the wings a little bit longer than we hoped. And it'll give the board, if they had, or community members, additional time to write letters to the Board of Forestry in regards to zone 0 regulations if they thought their application was going to impact them in specific ways. The next steps will be for us, hopefully me, to be presenting in March at our next meeting what those decided rules were. And then for the district, we've already started the process of looking at a software platform for inspections. So when that does go in place, we have a way to capture all that data and make sure that we have a systematic approach. So that's just the verbal update on it. It's just a little postponed. We'll see. Hopefully they get past the finish line in March, but it's been kind of a moving goal line. Happy to answer any questions.
Yeah. Questions or comments?
Well, let's send the new regulations to you in advance. Or will you see them on March 6th or 30th?
They would post those 72 hours proposed prior to the meeting, so that would be March 3rd. They should be posted prior to having that public meeting. So that's when we would see them.
No action required, but anything else?
I have a question, Chief. I won't put you on the spot and ask you what you think is going to happen, but what are people saying are possibilities in the postponement, and less strict, as strict? I mean, what do you hear without asking me what you think is going to happen?
Can I respond to this question?
I didn't hear the question.
He's asking what speculation is. Can we discuss after the meeting?
Yes, certainly.
Yeah,
I didn't mean to put you on the spot.
Yep.
Okay, please. All right. That is Chief. That's it.
That's it, isn't it?
Moving on to item B, review and discuss approved resolution 2026-01, terms of the updated lease agreement with the American Medical Response West for Zone 5. Chief West,
I'm gonna defer this one.
it's in your packet, by the way.
You have a 3-year lease with AMR for some sleeping space and ambulance parking, and that lease will expire on March 5th of this year. We are proposing to you that you enter into a new lease with AMR for an additional 3 years. It would begin on April 1st. Their current rent is $4,037.58 a month. We're proposing that that be the rate for the first year of the new lease, and that there be a 3.5% escalator in year 2 and 3. And with that, we're happy to answer any questions.
Questions or comments? Have we had any difficulty at all with this arrangement with them doing it? Yeah. It seems like it would be positive, very positive arrangement.
Yeah, there was a brief period of time where they were, I think they potentially were looking at other options. So, and then they ultimately decided they really liked our partnership and it works out well for us, and there's no other changes that are being proposed with the lease.
Very good. Do I have a motion to approve 2000?
I just want to add that,
Okay.
if I may, just, they're very good citizens, the MR staff. When they're here, they're always helpful. If there's something going on and just someone has a question, they're right there. When the apron needs to be closed down, they're out there doing it. They're good citizens and wonderful to work with.
Thank you, Cynthia. Do I have a motion to approve resolution number 2026-01?
So moved.
Second. Any further comments? Roll call, please, Jean.
Board Member Cockrell,
Yes.
McKinney,
Yes.
Cheryl,
Yes.
President Burke,
Yes.
motion passes 4-1.
Thank you. Moving on to tab 3, discuss and consider approval resolution authorizing receipt of 225 mandatory fire inspection. Chief Wilson.
All right, so at last meeting, Chief Griffin and staff mentioned that they had done 100% compliance with the mandatory inspections within Coastside Fire Protection District. We need to adopt a resolution, which is 2026-02. We have 18 on record E occupancies and 77 R occupancies that are mandated to be completed, which were all done in the 2025 calendar year. So the recommendation is to adopt the resolution. Happy to answer any questions, or Chief Griffin is also available if you have specific questions.
Comments, questions? The saying it another way, 100% of what was required to be done has been done. My comments to all of you, I think the board comments all of you for the outstanding job. Thank you very much.
Golf club.
Okay. We need to do a vote for that.
Yes, there's a resolution.
We need to adopt the motion.
Yes.
We need to have a somebody to approve the motion or make a motion rather than 2026-02.
I make a motion, we adopt resolution number 2026-02.
Second. Second, any discussion? Roll call, please, Gina.
Board Member Cockrell,
Yes.
McKinney,
Yes.
Cheryl,
Yes.
Burke,
Yes.
motion passes 4-1.
Thank you very much. Moving on to item D, review, discuss, and take action on board director's salary increase by myself. And let me just get a couple of notes here just to do this. And Jean, please.
Would you like me to give the background?
Yes, please.
Okay, you are allowed to be compensated as elected officials. The last time you took a look at your compensation was 2023. At that time, and in order to adjust your compensation, you would need to do it by amending the ordinance, which is currently in place. So that would take an introduction and an adoption. So it would be a 2-meeting review. So let me give you the background and where you are and what your options are if you wish to move forward with considering a change to that ordinance. You currently are compensated for a total of 2 meetings per month, and the per meeting rate is $193.90. And that is what you set in 2023. The enabling legislation allows you to adjust that by 5% each year. You've not made an adjustment since 2023. So you would have the option to adjust up to 15%. You could choose to adjust it by 5%, by 10%, or a maximum of 15%. And that 5% would bring you to $203. 10% would bring you to $213, and 15% would bring you to $2,021. There's some cents involved, which we would lay out when we bring the ordinance back. So we're looking for direction on whether you wish to consider an amendment to that ordinance, and if you do, would you like us to prepare it to show a 5%, a 10%, or a 15% increase for 2 meetings per month?
Maximum of 2 meetings, so if we can
Correct.
create it, we can pay for 2.
Yes, correct.
The 2 meetings a month is our policy.
Yeah. That's correct.
Policy back on that side of it. But let me make just a couple of discussions, because this wouldn't be implemented actually as far as any kind of increased compensation will make, I believe.
It would take, yes,
Yeah, to some time to do all that. I mean, first of all, one of the concerns that I have, or not concerns, thoughts that I have, at one time in the past, the board did not have a increase for so many years. And the percentage increase that brought us up to the 193 was kind of controversial, because there was a big percentage increase that went on. I don't think that's healthy. You know, with the state of California now is having an increase of 4 point something in their cost structure or growth of things. So I think that should consider some kind of an update to this kind of compensation for us for our reasons. I would, by the way, that would, if I was speaking to the inflation rate from California's 4.5% a year, I would make a suggestion, by the way, but first of all, I'll make a suggestion that that we would increase from the $193.90 to $220 per meeting. And if that doesn't quite fit the financial things, adjust it. But I also would suggest, let's do away with the pennies. I mean, we're gonna get out of the penny business anyway, so my recommendation is to increase it to $220. And just kind of a background, I mean, the responsibilities of the board have increased substantially over the years. And if you take a look at just a couple things to consider as this is being looked at, you know, we're responsible for this year for some $16 million budget. We have some at least $20 million in investments coming that will be approved and discussed and do over that. And if you also take a look at the larger picture of the responsibility of the board, it borders on $100 million. When you think about where all the stations are, the lands that are being used, the equipment and all the other thing, that's a huge kind of responsibility. And I think that to have that stipend, if you will, of $220 is worthwhile. If you say, did you do your job? Did you deserve an increase? Well, you know, you kick off, we've had an unqualified audits for years. We've had district of distinction for at least 10, maybe a little bit longer than that. We've had no litigation. And I think those would look to and support the fact that, you know, having a nominal increase, which is legal and possible, I think is the appropriate thing to do. That's my comments. And Gene, we would not, if the board agrees on that, we would vote on it today or?
I just need direction.
Okay.
If the majority of the board would like us to prepare the staff work for bringing the ordinance forward.
Let's do it this way. I will make a recommendation that we ask Gene to come back with the details on a salary increase of $220 among 2 meetings. Is there any objections?
No.
We will have that on your next agenda then. Thank you for the direction.
We're all set? Okay. Very good. Okay, item E, presentation of the expected timeline of completion, you say concession 24.
All right, so, Chief Silva, are you online by chance? All right. I know that he wanted to present, so I had Sean Rose hop on. Sean, are you available?
Uh, I am, and like, hopefully you can hear me okay. I just turned on my audio and video.
Yep,
Yes.
we can hear you clearly.
Oh,
If
great.
If you could just provide an update from our meeting we had this morning in regards to Station 44 and then the temporary station. And then myself, where you can answer any questions for the board.
Sure, be happy to do that. Yeah, hi, everyone, chair and board members. Good to see you. So we're moving forward with both the, both of the Station 44 projects, the temp station and the permanent station. And we had our monthly update meeting this morning. I think, I don't know if you were provided the written report, Jed, was that provided or is this just a verbal update?
They have a staff report that Chief Silva prepared that he was going to present. However, he is double booked this evening, so unless he hops on anytime soon, it's just his report.
Okay, sure, let me just, sorry, let me bring up my notes here. Okay, so I'll start with the temp station. And so if anyone's been out there, you can see we're almost complete with construction. The modular building was delivered and the fencing and gates went in last week, and that's continued. I was actually out there earlier today. We had our building inspection with the county. We've got a couple more cleanup items, but in terms of the work by Andrini, our general contractor, the work is substantially complete. There's just a couple punch list items and minor things that need to be done. Separately, there's an alerting vendor. The alerting vendor that the district uses is currently installing. They're out there today, and they'll be continuing until it's done. The alerting system that'll be in the modular building and the apparatus bay, and that is being connected and installed right now, and that should be done soon. The fire sprinkler system will be hooked up next week. We just got word of that today. The fire sprinkler meter was installed by Montero Water. The potable water will be installed shortly, and then the sewer is already connected and ready to use. So we're very close to being able to schedule move-in for the firefighters to the temp station. So that's the main update there. That's pretty far along. And I think, with that, we're going to need, that's obviously synced up to the permanent station. The update there is that as I think you are aware, we put our initial building permit in July of last year. After we received our planning entitlement at the Planning Commission, and we are on the second round of resubmittal. We're going to resubmit in mid-February. So we just recently got the comments back from the county. Their second round of comments, we're incorporating those. We're going to resubmit in mid-February. We're hoping that with this resubmittal, they will issue the permit with conditions, as opposed to having a brand new, an additional comment round. Because each comment round takes a minimum of 2 to 3 months, more like 3 months each time. And now with the temp station being ready for move-in shortly, we want to minimize the time between that happening and the start of construction at permanent station 44. So basically we are just finishing up the permit process as fast as we can with the permanent station with the county. And then as soon as we get to the point where the plans, those permit comments are substantially final, where we're comfortable there aren't going to be substantial changes, we're going to put the project out to formal bid to our pre-qualified bidders list. And at that point, we will get formal bids and we can move forward with a contract. And we'll come back to the board at that time with a recommended contract award. And an approval of plans and specs and other items for your review and approval. And so we think that the way that permit process is going, as long as we can get a conditional permit issued by the county at the next resubmittal, I think we're looking at being able to get the permit in March and have the bid and award process take us into March, April, where we can get into construction in May. So that's the current status of both projects. I'm happy to answer any questions you have.
Yes,
Have we established our pre-qualified bidders list?
We did, yeah. We went through that process a while back and we posted the results on our website. And there are 6 bidders made our final list. And only those bidders can submit formal bids for the project.
Excellent, thank you.
Is the temporary station or the modular, are they open? Can I get in there tomorrow and look around?
If you wanted to look around, I would say that you would just organize with staff to make sure that they can let you in. And they would be able to provide you
Got a key?
tour.
Yeah. University, we'll get you.
Name the time?
Okay. We'll touch base after me.
Okay.
the board has asked, that the board director actually is Bruce to keep an eye on that for the board because of his background in construction and maybe be helpful go forward with that. Sean, I maybe I missed this. When's the best guess of when we're gonna be able to put a bid out to these contractors? What's your guess or plan?
I think April is when we'll be able to have confidence that the plans aren't going to. What we don't want to do is put out to bid and there's substantial changes and then we get into having to, have a change order before we've even gotten off the ground with the bidders. So I think that point will be March, April. Again, that's very contingent upon the county being able to issue the permit at the next resubmittal with conditions and not have a full resubmittal, third resubmittal. Assuming that's the case, then I think this will be able to go out to bid in March or April.
Is the bid that will go out, does it include tearing down the old station as well as the price of the new one?
Yes, it includes the all of that. Yeah, the demo will be the first order of work, and that's included. All of the construction of the demo and the new build will be part of that construction contract. Yes.
Very good.
And I'll be able to come back to the board when we come back to the board with the approval of plans and specs and the bid. We will. I'll provide you a final cost estimate at that time for your review. When I do, yeah.
We're successful in meeting the April date. And I realize there may be some changes to that, but if we were to meet that, what's your estimate of when the station would be completed?
We think it's a 20 to, as I said in the, as we mentioned the staff report, we're thinking 20 to 24 months to fully, from the time they put a shovel in the ground to the time we're commissioning the station and getting move-in scheduled, we're looking at 20 to 24 months.
Yes.
If construction is going to start in May, is that the official groundbreaking ceremony in May?
I think that's probably about when that might happen. And we could certainly have a groundbreaking event if you'd like as part of that. But I think that's when groundbreaking should occur around that time frame with the schedule that we are assuming with the county.
And then that's when the 20 to 24 month construction period starts, right?
That's right.
Bruce?
Sean, do the plans call for sheet piles to be driven?
There are piles for I don't know, sheet piles in terms of for the retaining wall. There
Right,
are
so
sorted.
before
There'll be-
excavation.
I don't know if there's sheet piles. I think there's piles, cast and drilled hole piles for the retaining walls around the perimeter.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay, thank you.
Any other questions? John, thank you. I feel a little bit more comfortable and confident now. And we appreciate just whatever it takes if every month or so, just to add on to that as to what might change and what we can expect. My, adding to just the dates of this, from a board perspective, we have a couple of major financial things facing us in the next couple of years. One is, what is the cost of this station going to be? And we obviously have some money in reserves. Is that adequate, or do we need to do something different? And also, before this station is complete, we're gonna have to have a renewal of the CAL FIRE contract to do it. And without going into details, there's a couple of other items, ERAF and the JPA, that may have some negative impacts on us. So we're facing a couple of years of, some interesting financial things. I have no reason to think that it will not go just perfectly, but just to be aware of what's going on. Chief has certainly said that he's gonna make sure that we get a 10% discount on the CAL FIRE contracts. Oh, I probably misunderstood. John, thank you. Any further questions? Okay, thank you very much.
You're welcome. Thank you.
Back to the agenda if I can find it. I've got one, just.
It's for number 8.
All right, Board of Directors report. Finance Committee, on the spreadsheet of our current status through December is in the packet. There is nothing that I'm aware of that's that unusual. I would just note that we have some $19 million in LAIF that's prepared for possibly the building program, as well as some other items. Our revenue year to date is 53% of budget, which is great. Our expenses are 25%, but that's misleading because that number jumps substantially when we get the CAL FIRE contract, which is 4 times a year. And so far, we've only received it once. So that number is a little bit deceiving. And just as preparing for the new fire station, I know that we've all this year spent so far $388,000 preparing different work in the tent station and other things to get ready for the construction and bidding of 44. That's the end of my comments on finances. Any questions or? Okay. Volunteer committee, I guess Director Cockrell.
Yeah, the report, I was able to attend the last meeting, so I have no report.
No report, okay. Land Structures Committee, Director McHenry, Director Sherrill.
You kind of relying on Chief Silva, so. No report is our answer.
Okay, all right. Vegetation Management, Director Cockrell.
No report.
No report. Special Districts Association, Director Hannah, who is not here. ALS JPA Liaison Report, myself. Let me just share with you, there is some concerns from members of the JPA of some various actions that were taken and the reason why and so forth. JPA board had a closed session meeting this past week and came up with the direction and the course of action to go forward. And all I can say is that because it's closed session, that course of action will be implemented here immediately. And probably next month, we may have some more information that I may be able to provide. Anything else? Okay. Emergency preparedness. Well, we don't have that, but we have it.
There is a report. Did you receive?
Yeah, I have it. So this is from Dave Cosgrave. He put a couple talking points in this report. Multi-jurisdictional local hazard mitigation plan. The county is currently in the process of updating this multi-jurisdictional local hazard mitigation plan. This effort includes coordination with county departments, cities, special districts, and fire agencies to ensure regional hazards, mitigation priorities, and funding eligibility remain current and aligned with state federal requirements. Next topic is alert and warning coordination. The county continues to work closely with partner agencies to improve alert and warning notifications, including alignment of tools, messaging, and operational protocols to support timely and effective public notification during emergencies. Next topic, all hazards evacuation framework review. County staff is actively reviewing and refining documents associated with the all hazards evacuation framework, with the focus on consistency across jurisdictions, clarity of roles and responsibilities, and alignment with state and federal evacuation guidance. Last topic, Disaster Preparedness Day will be held on August 1st at the County Event Center in San Mateo. And this event will focus on public education, community preparedness, and interagency engagement. And we vote.
Thank you, Chief. Question? Comments?
It's like Sid maybe raised her hand.
Does a member of the public have a comment?
Sid Young?
Sid, yes, go ahead, please.
Oh, sorry, I didn't see the unmute. Regarding the evacuation planning, is that through the Emergency Services Council that you had that meeting? Whoever, I didn't hear who was giving the report just now.
This was from Dave Cosgrave for Department of Emergency Management. So this was just a report that he sent to me through email.
Oh, I see. Okay, because I asked about it one other time. They had a presentation called LADRIS, which was evacuation planning that the Emergency Services Council hired a contractor to do AI evacuation planning for the entire county. And unfortunately, when I asked about it, they said, "Oh, that's through the sheriff's office." And we tried to get him, the local sheriff captain, to come to the MCC and give us a test drive on it. And of course, he's retiring now, so he didn't do it. But it makes me kind of nervous that they haven't really rolled it out here on the coast side at all. And I just wondered if you knew anything more, but I guess not. I guess they just want us all to shelter in place depending on the situation and play it by ear. But anyway, thanks.
Thank you, Sid. Question, comments? And Sid report, Dr. Cheryl.
Serve report is fairly short this month. We had a good meeting with about 60 of our neighborhood leads this past month. Here at Fire Station 40, it went beautifully. And so we're off to a good start with our 32 neighborhoods for this year. And then we have an event planned for this Saturday. It will be at the Half Moon Bay Yacht Club for 100 people who signed up in a record period of time to hear PG&E spokesperson Frank Ferroni address local PG&E events. So it should be a good presentation. Mr. Ferroni specializes in, of course, all things gas and electric, but he really emphasizes safety around electrified water, which is a big issue for us on the coast side. Power lines come down, water is electrified, people with the best of intentions can be hurt. So he has a very good presentation for what to do when you see those situations where power lines are down on a car that's been in an accident, or in your neighborhood, tree fall causes lines to be down in ponding water or some other water feature, and you're out walking or have your dog with you or whatever, how to avoid it. And also how there's a shuffle thing you can do if you're in an electrified a vehicle that has been affected by down power lines, that you can get out of the vehicle and go to far enough away to be safe from being electrocuted. So those are all useful skills that he imparts to the public. And then he knows that the community was very much affected by the storms around Christmas. And he has recently said that PG&E has put in more than 700 repairs, basically from El Granada south, and that they held up this whole fall through all the wind events right up until Christmas. And then there were real issues. in El Granada and north. So I'm sure that our residents will address that with him this Saturday at the half of the end of the report.
Very good. Questions? Okay, moving on, attorney's report.
Nothing, thank you.
Fire marshal's report.
Good afternoon. Totals for the month of December, plan reviews completed 18, inspections conducted 36. End of report.
Very good. Thank you very much. December 20, Chief Wilson, Chief.
Yeah, so on the December 2025 statistics, you have 2025 as a whole in front of you. I just want to highlight a few things that the district did over the last year that are quite impressive. So our volunteers did a great job of responding. You can see there, they trained just under 500 hours combined. And then we get into the fire marshal office here, and this is where you can see a large workload was completed. Chief Griffin's shop and some of the engine companies, Chief Griffin's shop, they completed 338 plan reviews. 359 inspections. They completed the 95 mandated inspections. There were 697 business inspections done. So that's, 2 business inspections a day. That's a lot of work. A lot of smoke detector inspections, and then a few 160 defensible space, 1 alternate means and methods approved, and then 19 special permits. So the fire marshal office this year was extremely busy. And then a few things I'd like to point out is last year we showed no accidents involving co-site equipment or damage to our facilities. And we only had 3 employees leave the district. And I know that there were a few transfers over to the San Mateo side, so they're still in the family, but not necessarily leaving the area. So we did a good job of keeping our own. Hopefully that shows the health of the folks working here, they're enjoying it and having a good time. On the responses for December, there were 323 calls, and the average time for response was 5:30. So the crews are doing a great job meeting that required mandate. And then the PAR statement, I'm watching this closely, just so the board's aware. Historically, we've been always in the positive every month. In our revenue from our percentage, what we have in PARs to what we expend in our distributions. This is the first month we're about a couple $100 where we did not gain more interest than we put out. And we only saw a 0.44% return, where we've been seeing on a yearly average 9.68. So I'm going to be keeping an eye on just to make sure that we're not seeing a flat return in PARs and maybe see why that change has happened. Other than that, that is the end report. Happy to answer any questions.
Questions?
I just want to note the outstanding number of hours of training completed by the CFR staff, 10,602. That's just tremendous. Thank you so much for that rigorous training program here. And what is the plan going forward now that Chief Lewis has retired?
So that position actually was posted yesterday. Yesterday or the day before. So that is available for anybody to apply for that position, and will close within 10 days. And then we will receive basically an interest of who wants to take the interview for that role. We'll host interviews. We'll hopefully select a successful candidate, do a process. It's called a 311 on the CAL FIRE side, and get approval to hire. That could be anywhere from a month to about a month and a half, probably. A month to 2 months is probably before we can have someone physically in that role.
What is the rank of that role when it's filled?
Battalion chief.
Thank you very much.
Yep.
More questions?
Nice.
I just make a couple of comments. One is that the statistics that you related, Chief, are really outstanding. Chief Griffin and myself and all the members of Cal Fire. This record is really outstanding. And I, as the citizen and the resident, I'm very impressed and thank you very much for that. To have, in the service, I'm not sure what the turnover rate of personnel is, but to have 3 people leave the district in a year, it seems to me to be rather remarkable to do that, but, and I haven't looked back on prior years to do that. Secondly, regarding PAS, I appreciate the comments you made. However, we've been paying, PAS has been paying our retired employees from our previous situation for, I think, 11 years now. We started out with $4 million, we're paying that off for, let's say, 11 years. We have more in the PAS fund today by 200,000 than we did when we started. So it's been a very good decision. This, I think some of you may remember, to invest in PAS was a very controversial item at the time. But it certainly has been very beneficial to us over the years. The next item I would just like to ask for the information or board is that I would like to have a workshop on finances for next meeting. And 1 hour, it would be just a workshop, no decisions, nothing, but just because of the financial goings on in the district, I would like the agenda and so forth that is sent out just puts down a financial workshop for us to discuss. No, it's an education, no finals going on that at all. So you wouldn't mind put that on the calendar. And if we need to have more times on that, and if there's other questions, we certainly can do more of it. But because as I indicated earlier, with all the financial things going on, I think we need to make sure that we, the board, are up to date and knowledgeable on what the finances are. The next question I would, again, it's the last comment I had. Where are we in the water tender? When?
So as far as the water tender goes,
Yeah.
we're gonna finalize a proposed specification and a staff report outlining what we're proposing, the benefits.
So will we in February be able to vote on the water tender? Have we?
No, so what you guys, what we got from the last meeting was, I'm gonna put a proposal together for you guys and then vote if that's what you want.
Yeah, no, I think that we're ready to approve it. We just need to have something obviously in front of us as to what it consists of, and I hopefully an accurate estimate of what it costs.
Yeah, so that would, if you want that in February, we can do that for sure, and it'll be a staff report.
Yeah.
Justifying the need, and then also it'll have an attached proposal to purchase, which would have to cost.
I think we'd like to have that.
I assume we'll just be able to purchase an off-the-shelf water tender.
Well, I mean, in a roundabout way, kind of, that is an option. So the manufacturer, like Pierce, all our fleet is all Pierce.
Yeah.
They do makes what they refer to as stock water tenders. So throughout their production cycle, they'll put several stock water tender options in there, and we can essentially pick one, make the modifications.
I was just thinking if we start putting in unique requirements, I can't think of anything that's unique about carrying water. It would just time. And it seemed to me as sooner is better than later.
Correct, and the option, if we're able to get onto one of those stock water tender options, we can, the lead time to signing a contract and potentially having it here is less than a year, where the pumpers are 3 to 4 years.
Yes.
Because it's such a highly customized product, and the water tenders aren't as custom.
Good. Other comments or questions? No? Without objections, we are adjourned.
Thank you.
So we're not gonna get to this one.